Welcome to the yoga session. With a couple of next exhalation, admit your presence on the mat and start of the practice. With maybe some excitement of your morning, your breath might be a little bit shallower yet, maybe you rush to the class. So let us find the rhythm of the breathing, focusing on a couple of long exhales. Taking inhales through the nostrils. Letting the legs and hips be the roots that allowing you to feel yourself grounded in a space. Maybe try to sense the texture of your mat. Feel it through your feet and ankles. And then if you're welcome to keep your eyes closed, let us move the head from side to side a couple of times to warm up and stretch the sides of the neck. Don't go too fast. Allow yourself maybe even have a inhale on one side and then on exhale change the side. Maybe go one more time for the both directions. And then come back to the center. Allow yourself to nod a couple of times and lift the chin a little bit. So without compressing the back of the neck. And then go into the circular movement. One direction. Very slow, trying to go through the full range as usual. Other direction. And come back to the center. Let us take the ball into the both hands and hold this with the tip of the fingers, and just then start rolling one hand over the ball and reach up toward the ceiling. So you might feel a little bit of the bending, but bending on the opposite side that you're stretching. So as you're reaching up through the tip of the fingers, let's say right now is my right side, I feel the stretch on my right side. And then I go to the other side, so I'm bending elbow and reaching. So try to go as high as you can. Initiating the stretch by rolling the ball on your wrist. Maybe going one more time. Feeling all those intercostal muscles stretching here. And then let us just release the arms, let the shoulders rest. And we're going to go into circular movement, holding the ball and go in one direction and go in the other direction. So what's happening right now, to comparison to when we do it with one arm, we have so-called closed chain, right? Because the hands are holding the block, and you might feel a bit of a different sensation. You might feel yourself maybe restricted a little bit in the shoulders. Try to keep your elbows straight as well. Yeah, let's go two more times for the both direction. You might feel not just the shoulders moving, but also like feel some movement in your rib cage here. And let's release. So if we are on the block, like I was, let us take the block away, put them toward the front of the mat, so we will be able to block, to reach the block if we need. Come down and let us release the legs. I know the cross leg position is not our favorite, so let us release the legs. But if you release the legs, make sure that you're not falling backward in the pelvis. And let us roll the ball with the right hand and drop the head. And allow the ball like to pull you toward the right as far as you can. You might feel how your left hip maybe even lifted, but try to keep the left hip down. Drop the head and then just lift the left arm up. Don't go over the head because that's probably will force you to bend your elbow. Stop where you can keep your arm straight and reach up toward the ceiling. So if the right hand is pull you to the right and you're trying to reach up toward the ceiling. Very, very intense stretch. And your legs are locking you on the floor. And let's release. We'll try other side. So move your ball as far as you can go to the left. And then take your right arm up when you're ready. You might bring your gaze to your right thumb and reach up. So allow the ball to pull you to the left and reach up and come back to the center. Let us bring the ball in front. I'm gonna roll the ball as far to the front as you're able. Flex your foot and point your foot and feel a bit of a stretch on the back of your legs and on the front of your shins. So walking, bringing the head between the arms and maybe allow yourself to pulse a little bit. Roll the ball back and then reach maybe a little bit further. Roll the ball back and reach more forward. And then let's go one more time and then just hold there and try to just go with the ball as far as you can. And then roll your ball to one side, maybe even to reach to the foot. And feel some stretch again on the sides of the body. And then go all the way to the opposite side. And hold here. So we're going to go again to the first side, whatever side you started. And I want you to hold here and think of reaching with the arm that is, let's say you go into the left side, think of stretching the right arm further. I want you to reach to the area of the SI joint on the right side of the back of your hip and feel the stretch. Yes, you keep your right hip grounded on the floor. Really intense stretch. And then we're gonna go to the opposite side and you will try the same thing. You'll try to reach with one arm as far, trying to initiate this very deep stretch on the opposite hip from the side that you go in with the ball. You might feel a stretch around the armpit, of course, as well. Yes, very good. And come back to the center. And let us come into the tabletop position. We will just take the ball aside for a moment. And set your hands shoulder width apart and go into the couple, cat and dog stretches here. So allow your breath be your guide. And let us come into the neutral position. We will bring the ball into the right hand. And first, let us just have the arm straight. A palm is securing the ball. So your hands are shoulder width apart. And we will extend the opposite leg and we're going to lift the heel. Not high, so you're not extending, but maintaining really tight bands, those bands that we always are talking. And then just grab the ball with the palm and lift the ball off the floor and hold here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. So you should feel the glute and hamstring work on the leg in the air. So let us bring the ball under the opposite hand and extend the leg, lift the leg. Make sure you're working with the back of this leg, not collapsing with the belly. Down, pull it all in, and then just grab the ball and hold here. Relax the shoulder of the side that you're holding the ball, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let us now, again, bring the ball the same way, and we'll extend the leg. We're going to lift the leg, we're going to lift the ball, but this time we're going to bring the ball with the arm to the side and bring the leg to the side. And then come back to the center. Let's try 3 more times. Bring the leg to the side and then bring the ball to the side. Try not to move your shoulders. 1 more time. Hold and come back to the center and let's rest. So we'll go on the other side. So extend the arm on the ball, extend the leg back and lift, and then bring the arm to the side, leg to the side, and come back to the center. And then again, but don't move your shoulders and hips. And 1 more time, hold and come back and let's rest. You're welcome to bring the ball in between your knees and just round over the ball, maybe bringing the forehead down. Allow a bit of a rest for the lower back. Some of you might extend the lower back a little bit, maybe lost a little bit control of the abdomen, and let us now keep the ball between the inner thighs, and we're going to come into downward dog with this, with a ball. So lift your knees off the floor, keep your knees a bit soft, just soft. Bring your hand between the arms, so come into the like a downward dog, and I want you to squeeze a bit the ball and pay attention to your inner thighs and pay attention to the pelvic floor muscles, and use this energy in your legs and in your hips to press the hips up and back, lengthening as high as you can. So finding, unloading the arms and paying attention to the area of the lower abdomen here that helping you to elongate through the lumbar spine. And then walk your hands to your feet. So you're finding yourself on the back of the mat and keep squeezing the ball, come up into standing position. So this ball is exactly, maybe just a little bit forcing your feet wider than a hip distance, but try to squeeze it as much as you can to set your feet a hip distance. So second toe straight forward and just come to mountain pose. And I want you to continue to squeeze and release the ball, and notice how you're working with your glutes, how you're working with the lower abdomen, pelvic floor, inner thighs. And as you do that, those small pulses, notice how you feel in your lower back. So you might feel like when you release, especially those of you who have a tendency to have quite a lot of extension, when you squeeze, hopefully you find in your pelvis returning back to more neutral position. And when you're relaxing, it's like your tailbone come up, like happy dog, right? So squeeze and notice how your glutes allowing you to set the pelvis in neutral position. Yes, one more time, just squeeze. Keep it lightly squeezed, keep it lightly engaged, and then let's come into the chair pose. Holding the arms parallel to the floor, and keep this light engagement of your inner thighs. Keep a light engagement of the lower abdomen. Be on the hips, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Let's release the ball, and yeah, we're gonna use it to roll into passive fold. So you're not changing the position of the legs. You're starting with the neutral pelvis. I'm going to bring that ball to the chest area, and then we're going to start rolling the ball down, and we're going to go with a ball all the way toward the floor. So you continue to roll the ball all the way toward the floor till it's touching, dropping the head, feeling passive stretch on the back of the body, and then we're going to start rolling the ball up, and you think of your spine going the same curve as the ball. So you very slowly unrolling all the way. So ball give you kind of a rhythm of unrolling, and I want you go with the ball all the way over the head, holding yourself in neutral position. Keep those engagement that we found hopefully in the previous position, and then let us just roll the ball, bring it to your chest, and again roll back very slowly. So allow the spine to mimic this rolling down all the way. Bring the ball down to the floor, release, and have your lowest point for the stretch, and then let's roll the ball and unroll the spine. So the pace is exactly how we're rolling the ball. This is the pace of your spine, and you're gonna then lift the ball all the way over the head, holding your neutral position. One more time, just one more time. Let's go down. So especially here, when you're having the ball against the belly, you like hugging that and rounding the upper back, feeling all this very gentle flexion of a spine in all segments, coming all the way down to the floor, having the lowest point here. Every time you feel like a bit of a tension that we had in the back of the body, releasing, and then let us go all the way up into standing position. Exhale. So let us hug the ball with both hands, and we will keep the engagement of the hips, and we will rotate the chest from side to side, and you're not letting the hip to go with you. So you might feel like you kind of are rolling the ball, but I don't want you to roll the ball to your armpit, but you're keeping the ball all the time pressed to the chest, and you rotate from side to side without moving your hips. So hugging the ball really tight and feeling how your rib cage moving. If you practice the 21-day Spring Equinox Challenge, there was one card for the thoracic spine that I was telling that is a very challenging one, and we will use the ball to find it. So now keep back to the center, and let's just go from side to side, and this is just the shoulders moving. You're still hugging. I want you to hug the ball with both forearms. So yes, like that, really tight, and you just go from side to side with the upper body. Yes, but your hips are not moving, right? So it's just the upper body. And now, let us try to bring the chin down, but not bending through the midsection. And then lift the chest, and like you're pressing the ball with the chest bone up. And then round, chin, nose to the ball. A lot of a stretch along the neck. And then lift the ball up. And then one more time, come here and lift it up. And now we will try to bring those 6 moves together. So we will just going with the ball, hugging that and moving the torso all the way into circular movement, only in thoracic spine. So very often ball help us to get the idea how to, it's like we are moving the chest around the ball and give us this reference how we should feel. Sometimes when we practice with just hands, it feels a little bit weird. We don't know how to articulate the thoracic spine. So with the ball might give you a little bit better idea. So let's finish this, and we'll release the ball for the moment. Keep it on the front of the mat. We should feel really great in the spine. We worked on the all directions. We'll continue to use the ball as we go into our vinyasas, and we'll add some movements that are a little bit different today. With inhale, lift the arms up, reach toward the ceiling. We're going to come all the way down into the fold, releasing the head. Make sure that your legs engaged here. Then we're going to step the left foot back and drop the left knee down to the floor. Let us stretch a little bit the hip flexor, so opening a bit of the left hip. We didn't touch the hip yet. And then pick up your ball, bring the right hand to the right thigh, and take your left arm with the ball up toward the ceiling, and then just go as far behind the head as you feel, creating nice arch on the left side of the body. Taking the breath here, and then let's bring the ball on the floor for support, and move your hips back. Use the ball with the hands for support. Flex your right foot, feel stretch on the back of the right hip. And then roll back to the front, pick up the ball, and then move your hips back to get your neutral position. Hug your ball with both hands and twist to the right. So your hips are really locked. We already tried the rotation, and just use the ball for the reference, how you feel your rib cage. Return back to the center. Let's bring the block to the floor and step into the downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Press the hips back and be engaged in your legs, in your lower abdomen. Just imagine that you're squeezing the ball. We actually could add the ball here as well. Maybe we can do it on the other side. So let's drop the knees down to the floor and step the left foot forward. So you go in a couple of times into pulses, having the ball in your right hand, and then let us lift the arm with the ball all the way overhead and pressing the left hip forward, opening the side, and then bring the ball down to the floor. Use it to help you to find this movement with the hips back. Flex the left foot, fold forward, so use the block for a little bit of a support, and stretching the left hamstring here. And then find yourself coming up. You might adjust the front foot, maintaining neutral spine, hugging the ball, and twisting to the left. So only the rib cage rotating, and keep alignment of your chin to the center of the ball. And fold back. So let us try to bring the both knees together. Bring the ball between your inner thighs, and let's come into the downward dog and pressing the inner thigh into the ball, keeping some engagement on the pelvic floor, lower abdomen to helping us length in the spine. Shake your head, take an exhale, and then look forward and walk to the front. So see if you can walk with the ball. I can. And let us release the ball and just come with the ball all the way up into standing position. Exhale. So let us now bring the ball to the lower abdomen area, and we're going to come into fold forward, squeezing the ball here. Okay? So I'm going to come a little bit closer for recording, a little bit closer for you. So ball is now in this triangle. So if you have a tendency to keep your tailbone under, you probably have a trouble to hold the ball. So you really need to get this nice hinge. Keep your neck neutral. So I look in the camera, but you should look down to the floor. And now I want you to find the balance between squeezing the ball and at the same time keeping your belly off the ball. Finding this engagement of the lower abdomen here. Finding the engagement of your thighs. So you should not be rounded in your upper back, your head coming forward. Very often we need to bring the body weight forward a little bit. So keeping this engagement, you should feel engagement of the sides of the body. And now keep the body where it is. Release the ball and try to bring your straight arm with the ball forward. Straight arm with the ball forward. And maybe some of you need to bend the knees a little bit. Let's lengthen through the mid-back forward as much as you can. And then press your heels and come into standing position. Exhale and release the ball. Let us try one more time to come into this hip hinge with the ball. So bring the ball to the lower abdomen area and come here. So some of you still have your upper back around it. So if you have maybe some limitation in your thoracic spine, think of rolling the shoulders back, like you're squeezing the shoulder blades, and with this try to reach with the chest forward. And now start finding your abdomen engagement and your hamstring engagement, like you want to squeeze the ball and at the same time take the body away from the ball, like release the ball. Because we're going to take the ball away and we're going to extend the arms, trying to keep the head between the arms, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You should feel your lats and come all the way up. Exhale. Let's release the ball to the front of the mat and we'll flow one more time. When you're ready, with inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding forward, releasing the head. Stepping the left foot back, this time staying in the high lunge, and we're going to pick up the ball. Yes, and we're going to bring the ball between the rib cage and the right thigh. So you are falling forward, but you're not collapsing here, but you're maintaining the same engagement that we just had in a fold forward. Press the left heel back, so make sure you're grounding. And again, think of pressing the ball and at the same time like you want to release the ball. So engage in the front of the body. And you're going to take the arms on the both sides of the head. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arm, release the block, and let us step into downward dog. Exhale, taking the breath. On next inhale, stepping the left foot forward into lunge, picking up the block, placing the ball in between the rib cage and the thigh, so not collapsing, but finding there's a very subtle engagement that you want to take the torso, rib cage of the ball, but at the same time you want to hold it there. Back leg is for support, and when you're ready, take the arms on the both sides of the head, holding 4 or 5. Keep your lower abdomen engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's drop both knees to the floor. We're going to bring the ball between the inner thighs. Move the shoulders forward to be above your base of the palms, right? I know some of you have restrictions in your wrist. Do your best to move forward. Push the floor. Tuck the tailbone under a little bit. Tuck your toes and come into plank, squeezing the ball. Squeezing the ball. So hopefully this way I'm forcing all of you to keep your glutes and lower abdomen engaged in your planks as well as your inner thigh. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor. Release the block and bring it under your under your sternum. So it's not under your belly, it's under, there's a connection between the chest bone and your rib cage. So basically ball helping you to come into the cobra position. It's holding your upper body in this curve that is very healthy for our spine. So you are not forcing yourself into jamming the lower back. And we're finding very strong legs. And again, we're trying to find this edge between lifting the torso off the ball and at the same time holding the ball with the torso. So finding this engagement of the front and the back of the body. So engagement of the back of the body is something that is easy for you to find because we're practicing a cobra all the time. How you can find the front of the body. Think of pulling yourself forward, feeling a little bit of this opening on the chest and some engagement of the shoulders. So hold it here. Neck is neutral. And let's release the ball and come all the way down to the floor. You're holding the ball with both hands. Bring the forehead down. Let your neck to relax a little bit. And then we're going to engage the legs. We're going to lift the legs off the floor and we're going to lift the ball off the floor. You don't need to go high. I want you to think of a nice arch from the tip of the fingers to the tip of the toes. And all what ball does is just holding your arms together. Neck is neutral. And release. Let us slowly come into the child pose. You're welcome to have a ball under your chest, under your chin, rounding again, trying to find this flexion of the spine that mimicking the roundness of the curve of the ball. Exhale, and then we'll release the ball to the front of the mat. Come into the downward dog. Exhale, head between the arms, long spine. Taking the breath. And then we'll walk to the front of the mat. And very slowly, so let us try to find this curve of the spine to come up one vertebra at a time, the way how we were rolling the ball on the front of the body. And come all the way up. Exhale. So I will pick up the ball again. And this time we'll bring the body weight to the right foot. And we'll take the arms with the ball overhead. And then start bringing the body weight to the right leg. We're going to lean to the right, flexing the foot. And then we're going to take the ball into right hand. I'm going to reach with the ball to the right and reach with the left hand up toward the ceiling. Opening the chest. Creating type of a star that stands on your right foot. Holding for 5. Flex the left foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back. Excellent. Let us do it on the other side. Lift both arms with the ball up. Bring the body weight to the left foot. Touch the floor with a big toe. So first we just lean as low as it feels right for you, creating one straight line. And then bring the ball into the left hand, taking the right arm up. Go in with the ball, like think of ball is 100 pounds. It's pulling you away and you need to compensate that with a very strong right leg. And then you're reaching up with the tip of the fingers. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. So let us now use this awareness of the center in our triangle pose. So very often triangle comes in the sequences before the balance pose. But I want you now to think of triangle like the same pose we just practiced. We step in with the feet high, wider than hip distance and turning the right foot out. So your triangle pose, right? So very similar to what we just did. We were here, now just both feet are on the floor. And then we're folding from the hip, not from the waist. And let us, for this variation, going to keep the ball in the left hand. Let us first slide with the right hand somewhere close to the knee or maybe shin, and think that you want to stick the ball into the ceiling, reaching with the head opposite direction, engaging the center here, exactly as you just did in standing. It was perfect. And then we're going to take the right arm parallel to the floor, and then reaching from the hip all the way to the right, and sticking the ball to the ceiling, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and coming back. Exhale. So turning the right foot in, left foot out. Bring the ball to the right hand. So like we were just here, right? All what we do is just having both feet on the floor, moving the hips to the right. Have your left hand first for some support, but not collapse, right? Just a light touch. Take your right arm with the ball up toward the ceiling. Think that you want to stick the ball up. So really engage this upper side of the torso in triangle. Something that we are very often losing. Find this first, and then extend your left arm and continue to stretch the left side of the body. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come all the way up. Exhale. Let us turn with having the right foot in front, with the hips squaring the front of the mat. If you find it that you need to have your feet slightly apart, that's the way I'm usually giving the cues. And we're going to bring the ball, again, the same way how we had it here. We're going to bring the ball in between the right thigh and the rib cage. Okay, so you bring in your torso parallel to the floor, and keep reaching forward with the head, and ground yourself with the left hip and left heel, and I'll try to rotate your hips to keep it parallel, and engage your abdomen. So you still need to hold the ball, but you think of like releasing the pressure of the rib cage from the ball and holding. Press your feet firmly and reach with the head forward. Let us have arms on the sides of the hips this time, palms facing the ceiling. That's going to help you to open your chest. So arms on the side. I don't see your arms on the sides. Arms on the sides, palms facing the ceiling. So keeping your shoulders in external rotation. Giving you this direction for anchoring your left heel. And release. Let us on the heels turn to the opposite side. Turn the right foot forward and bringing the ball between your left thigh and your rib cage. Getting again the sense of holding the ball with your abdomen muscles, reaching forward with the crown of the head, grounding the back heel, pressing both feet firmly so legs are super strong, arms on the sides of the hips, shoulders away from the floor. So I work a little bit in the upper back strength here. And let's release. So great. So let us have one more, or maybe even two more balance poses today. Because we have balls, so it's really time to play. So let us bring the body weight to the right foot. And yeah, I would ask you to lift your left knee. So we very often practice in this hip flexion. So give the knee as high as possible. Stabilize your right hip. And all what I want you to do is to play with your ball. And hold balance. And do it. Try to throw it with the left hand. You definitely find that it's easy for you to throw with the right hand, but see if you can throw it with the left hand. What happened? Usually with the left hand, you start losing your balance. Yes. Keep stabilizing your right hip. Really, really strong hip. And let us have here 5 more throws. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Everybody held their balance. Excellent. See how strong you became. Let us go on the left side. So ground your left foot, stabilize your left hip, lift your right knee. So you also don't want to lose your knee. So you want to keep it as high as possible here. And yeah, let's play with the ball. Again, you're going to find that it's a little bit harder for you to manipulate with the right hand rather than left. So while you throw in the ball, you still want to hold your gaze at something that is not moving. You're just using your coordination to manipulate with the ball. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. If you held your knee high, you definitely feel work for your hip flexors. And let us have one more fun movement for the balance. We're gonna bring the body weight to the left foot, and all what we're gonna do, we're gonna just move the ball any directions. So I'm inviting you to experiment and not just move it in front of you, that is easy, but also try to move it behind into hip extension. And it's not one movement here. You like rolling the ball, so rolling with the foot, and you keep balance on the left leg. So definitely try this into extension. Try to the side. You're welcome to rotate the hip. The most challenging maybe to go kind of a cross behind. See if you can do that. So think of all directions that you can roll your ball. Okay, very good, very good. Hold yourself really strong. You should feel already burning in your left hip. Very good. And let's release. So let us do one more. So you know the idea behind this. When in our functional movements, we're not standing still. We usually have a momentum to be on one foot, but we're still moving in space. So that's exactly what we're right now training our nervous system to maintain our balance while we're still in a movement. So we have the same with the right leg, so bring the body weight to the right foot. And and just move the ball slightly forward, side, cross behind, all the way into extension, all the way extension into cross. See how you are balancing yourself with the upper body, with your shoulders, but of course you feel stability in your right hip and your core strength. We turned on the core pretty good already today. So maybe a couple of more moves. Stay creative. Challenge yourself by going a little bit further. Very good, excellent. And let's release. So let us release the ball for now and come into your mountain pose, arms on the sides of the hips. Close your eyes. So we today worked to activate inner thigh, lower abdomen, glutes, all the core muscles, all those midsection of the body. And as you come into your mountain pose, all this we do just to perform, to be aware of our ideal posture. Keep the chest open. You have ideas how to be in this slight extension of the upper back with the shoulders, neck is neutral. And let us go into last flow to come out to the floor. With inhale, lift the arms up. Hinge from the hips all the way down into the floor. Slide your hands on the shins and come into the hip hinge. Now you don't have the ball here, but just think that you do have, and you want to press the ball and take the belly off the ball, engaging here. Then touch the floor and step your left foot back into the strong leg. Bring your hands to the right side and lift your torso off the floor. So remember how we had the ball here. Now you don't have the ball, but think of like taking the rib cage of imaginary ball and take your arms on the both sides of the head, holding here for 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands on the floor and step into downward dog. And when you're in a downward dog, keep your legs strong. Find your inner thigh engagement to help you to send your pelvis up and back. On inhale, flow into plank. And again, you don't have a ball, but just engage your legs like you have to hold the ball. That's going to help you to use your glutes. Drop the knees down to the floor and come all the way down. Exhale. We're going to extend the arms. We're going to lift the legs and arms off the floor into nice arch. It's not about going high. It's about activating all the muscles of the back of the body to come into extension. Exhale. Bring the hands on the sides of the rib cage and come into the downward dog. Exhale. So scan your downward dog. You shouldn't feel that all your body collapses into your wrists. You need to activate the back, the legs, to get this length. Step in the right foot to the midline of the mat. Step in the left foot forward, using the back leg for support. Lift the torso halfway. And again, here was the ball. Think of taking the rib cage off the ball, because very often we stay here. So you have your obliques working to maintain the torso, and take the arms on the sides of the head, holding for 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands on the floor, step into downward dog. Exhale. On inhale, flow into plank, strong glutes, strong hamstring. Keep legs helping your arms to hold your body in plank. Drop the knees down to the floor. Exhale. Extend the arms forward. And when you're ready, lift your legs, lift your arms, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring yourself into the child pose. Exhale. Maybe shaking hips from side to side. Relax your shoulders if you love to have your arms on the sides of the hips. Get it here. Catch your breath. And then let us come into the supine position. We will use the ball for the bridge today. So get the ball back into the inner thighs and bring your heels closer to your hips. Make sure feet are parallel. Don't let your toes to come out toward the corners of the room. They're straight forward. Bring your arms on the sides of the hips and work a little bit on the pelvic tilt. Couple of times without lifting your hips. Find your pelvic tilt, and as you lifted the pubic bone, squeeze the ball, and then continue to lift, maintaining neutral spine, and keep squeezing the ball. Knees love to come apart here. Keep using your glutes, and then slowly come down. Exhale. We have 2 more sets here. So first, find your pelvic tilt, and immediately when you start tilting, you're finding that the knees want to go apart. Keep squeezing the ball, lifting the hips off the floor, maintaining neutral position so those strings on the front of the abdomen are really tight. And come down, exhale. And the very last one. So let us find first the pelvic tilt. I want you to be aware of this initiation of the back bend, squeezing the ball and the lifting. And this time think also taking the knees away from the hips, lengthening through the hip flexors. Neck is long. and come all the way down. Exhale. So let us release the ball, bring it to your belly, and just hug yourself and round a little bit. Maybe even you want to lift your head like you want to hug your ball. Think of your back coming into this curved position. And then we'll bring the straight legs. We'll release the ball and take the arms overhead. Take a moment here to feel some stretch on the frontal area. And then we'll come into the side stretch into the Bananasana. So move your arms and heels to the left. You can cross left right ankle on the top of the left. You can hold your right hand with the left and create nice passive stretch. Try to calm your breathing. Very passive position. And then let's come back to the center. Realign your body on the midline before you go to the other side, and then move your heels and move your shoulders and arms. You can hold the left wrist with the right hand and cross the left ankle on the top of the right. Keep your left hip and left shoulder grounded. And then come back to the center, release your arms. Let us bring the right ankle on the top of the left knee. Just open the hip and then find a bit of a twist. Dropping the right foot toward the left side, adjusting the arms the way that it feels right for you. Very passive. Don't force yourself into something. It should feel like a stretch of your soft tissues only. And very slowly come up, and we'll change. Bring the left ankle on the top of the right knee. Readjust everything back on the center. Then drop everything to the right. And feeling stretch around the left hip. Let's unfold. We'll readjust the hips and bring the knees to chest, and then we'll maybe shaking the legs and arms, but if you like you can just hold the still legs, maybe using the block under the hips. So anything that feels comfortable for you. You can move your knees. We explore the inversion the way that suits you better. And come in here, maybe another 5 or 10 breaths. Then let's bend the knees. If you had block, maybe release it. If not, just find your comfortable position for the body on the floor. Spread your legs a little bit, let your toes fall apart. Take your arms a little bit apart. Turn your palms toward the ceiling. Take a couple of exhales, relaxing this midsection. Relaxing the abdomen area, lower abdomen area, legs area. But at the same time, I want you to connect to there's a midsection, and from there just draw your awareness toward your feet, draw your awareness through the shoulders to your palms, creating again sensation of star melting on the floor. We'll practice Shavasana here. The ability to stay still, mindfully allow yourself not to do anything and not even think about anything. Just taking the breath in and taking the breath out. Then gentle moves will return. Circle the wrists and ankles. And find your way to come into the seated position. Take your time. Cross your ankles. And when you're ready, bring the hands in front of the heart. Take a moment to admit the end of the practice. And I would invite you to stay mindful in your movements, in your action, in your words, through the rest of the day, through the rest of the week, and hopefully from the physical balance you will also feel the mental balance. Namaste.